Hi guys, and welcome back to Afrobeats Unfiltered, episode 20, where we'll be discussing the hottest topics in the world of Afrobeats. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So let me tell you exactly who Fiona Frimpong is. So it is Monday, the 1st of January 2024, and what better way to start the year than to give you guys a little introduction into who I am. I am Fiona Frimpong, for those who care, and I have an extensive background within music. I first started 10 plus years ago, and I first started within journalism. I was writing and blogging for some of the UK's most well-known publications. I first started off at Mixtape Madness, then I dabbled within Grime Daily, Link Up TV, but it wasn't until I started off with a blog called Pardon My Blog where I started to get into interviewing artists from the likes of, I don't know if you remember Chantel. She's an American R&B artist. She had a song called Impossible. I also interviewed artists such as Paige Keiki, The Neo, UK rap legend Get. Like I was really in my journalism bag. That is what I wanted to do. I was a young babe in my early 20s wanting to interview these sorts of artists. I then went on to write for a publication called MTV. I had my own little column called The Brink, where I would source and find emerging talent and I would interview them. I also interviewed Joey Badass. This was probably my first time going into a label. I went into Sony Music label. I interviewed him. Iconic moment for myself. I was like, yeah, I really like this journalism. I'm intrigued to interview artists, get to know them, meet these celebs. That was the path I was going down until I then interned for a PR agency. And then I got my first taste of public relations. And then I got to set up press days for artists such as Smiler. And then I did Peter Rosenberg. And then I was like, journalism is still my first love, but I'm starting to really like what PR has to offer. So from there, I started to work with UK rap talent, UK R&B talent, but it wasn't until, let's say, late 2016, early 2017, where I met the man, which is Mr. Easy. I was working at this terrible PR agency and we worked on one of his first mixtapes, Accra Lagos. We worked on that. And from there, the PR agency was so terrible, I decided to go at it alone. And then I've been working on and off with Mr. Easy for numerous number of years. I've dabbled within PR, marketing, project management. I like to say I am a media babe. But it wasn't until I started working with Mr. Easy where I saw how difficult it really was to get publications within the UK to talk about Afrobeat artists. Nobody was really talking about them back then. It was such a hard push to get these publications to write to them. Regardless if he had hit songs, regardless if he had millions of views, the UK just wasn't there with Afrobeat. I mean, the general public were there, that people were listening to Afrobeats. That wasn't a problem. It was whether or not media publications thought the genre of Afrobeats was going to take off. So there I saw a bit of a challenge. And there I thought, okay, an African myself, here is something I can do to further help develop Afrobeats. And I kind of left journalism behind and I took on PR for a further 6 years. And I feel like from meeting Mr. Easy and working with Mr. Easy and doing so much amazing projects, I got to work with a handful of other Afrobeats artists such as Stonebwoy. I did a campaign with Maya Kern and Davido, which I got Davido into Forbes. That was probably one of my iconic achievements that I'm very proud of till this day. I worked with Sefa, Tommy Thomas, the list goes on. I've done a few great things within PR, but then I feel like I hit a bit of a peak. I hit a bit of a peak with PR and I started to fall out of love with it. And I wanted to go back and rediscover my first love, which is journalism, as to why I am here now, as to why I have my child, Afrobeats Unfiltered, which I want to talk about the hottest topics within news, trends, just a place I can voice my opinions just because I want to. As a fellow Ghanaian babe, I hope to help push us Ghanaians, push our Ghanaian musician, our events. I also hope to push Afrobeats as a whole through this little platform that I have. And hopefully we can get into great debates, great discussions about one of the hottest genres this world has seen, which is Afrobeats.
Okay, I want to tell you something. This one a spiritual something. Cause